So the compassionate mind has the nature of wishing that all beings are free from suffering, right? That is the characteristic of compassion. So it is important to understand, your path. So this is the kind of path. It's very important to understand your path, the right path. As your understanding grows, then your compassion and your love and kindness will grow, definitely. And then your mind will grow larger, And when your mind is larger, you have a better capacity. You have a better capacity to receive. You are more open. You have more tolerant, Right now our mind is very kind of narrow, It's very narrow. But your mind is going, grow larger, and then you have more capacity to help others, and more open, less worry, less stress. That's what the compassion help you. Compassion help you how, take care yourself and others. Because that's the character. Rest of compassion is like wishing. It's naturally wishing all sentient beings free from suffering. So that's very important. This is the one, the best good quality of our mind, compassion. So that is your right path. So you can investigate how much you have compassion mind. First think about yourself, right? How love you, how much love you. And then think about slowly others, your families, relatives, children. More grow your compassion towards all beings. So if you do not feel that you are on the right path, then happiness is not possible. Happiness is not possible. Of course, there is suffering everywhere in this world. Everywhere. But if you are doing sort of your best as a person, then there is a kind of hope. There is a hope that other people will do the same thing as you do. For instance, it's like, for instance, when a boat is crossing the ocean, and if the boat come across a storm or what do you call it, blizzard, broken, yeah, something happened, and everyone on the board panics, right? But if there is one person in the boat who sort of remains calm, and that person can sort of inspire, other people to stay calm, then there will be hope, for the whole people, like that. If you are really, good person and lots of compassion, then there is a hope. All beings, like all other people, will do the same thing as you do. We cannot help all beings because that's their karma, right? The suffering is everywhere. We cannot help. Even though Buddha cannot help that suffering. people who are suffering, Buddha cannot help because they are karma. That's Buddha always say, I cannot help you that, but I just show you the method, right? The method. And then if you have, Buddha shows us like how to practice about compassion, right? If you follow that and practice compassion, then you will not suffer. But if you don't follow and do something bad, kill or whatever, then you will suffer. That's the karma. That's the karma. Doesn't matter you believe or not, karma. It's happened. It's happening. If you did something wrong, you will suffer. That's clear. Doesn't matter, you know, you believe or not. We experience that. So that's why really looking for, you should try to find a right path. Right path. Then you will, it's possible you will find happiness in your life. So it is very important to realize your path and see your true way. And happiness means like feeling you are on the right path, right? Is it? Happiness means like everything is fine with you. That means like you are on the right path. But happiness doesn't come you like, you know, without cause and condition, right? So the cause and condition is like, you know, the happiness cause is like right path. That's the cause. So if you really want to have happiness, you must increase love in your life. This is, you know, this is not religious thought, you know, but is kind of basic common sense, right? Compassion, happiness. These are not religious talking, right? Religious thought. No, this is just basic, you know, just our life. So compassion, very important. Compassion helps us wish that free from suffering. So if you have this mind, compassionate mind, then we will suffer much less, I think. Then we can allow people to love us. So this is very clear that if we don't have a happy or harmonious relationship with our family or, you know, our Sangha or group, then helping other will be very difficult. Anger and unhappy, they really destroy our inner peace and our patience, you know. They really destroy anger and, you know, all this are destroy our inner peace and the good qualities. They will destroy. So that's why we need to diminish them, right? In order to diminish our anger, you know, for instance, you should practice compassion, practice love and kindness, practice patience. Then you will find more sort of peace and happiness. I think these are very easy to understand. Of course you know, but difficult to do. Right? So very like compassion is, everybody knows compassion. I mean, at least like great compassion. Maybe difficult, but just compassion. Actually we have already, like within us. compassion. It's already, we have. But we need to really develop more. But it's kind of really difficult to meditate on compassion, even though we understand. So almost all of the teachings about Buddhism is dedicated to helping us understand the nature of our obscurations and afflictions and the importance of removing and reducing them. That is essence of Buddhism. I mean, you know. So the first stage of spiritual practice is to reduce your negative actions of body, speech, and mind, right? According to Buddhism, all the afflictions include anger, attachment, and ignorance. So that's what we call three poisons. Anger, attachment, ignorance. We have many afflictions, different kind of, but all these these three afflictions. So these three afflictions, the root of samsara, root of suffering. So we need really, in order to diminish all these afflictions or defilements, we need antidote and practice meditation. So basically, again, right? Basically, it is about working with your mind all the time. Many great Tibetan masters says, you know, to train your mind, to transform your mind, to realize your mind. All the time they say that. So this is kind of essence of Buddhist teaching. And this is what the teachings are about. That's Buddha said, you should subdue perfectly your mind. That's his teaching. His teaching are about how to work with our mind. So this is important to know at the beginning. Fundamentally, happiness and suffering and completely depend on your mind. Completely depend on your mind, not others. Happiness and suffering not come from others. It create your mind. We do not believe creator, right? We do not believe creator. I mean, Buddhism. There is no creator. A creator is your mind. Everything you did, you create, you know, happiness, suffering, everything create our mind. Everything depends upon your mind. So that's why we need meditate. And I think that works, you know. So many, I mean, during my life, you know, there are so many good meditators in Tibet. That's why we believe, Tibetans really believe the spiritual, you know, Buddhism, even though without understanding. Because of these meditators, they have lots of experience, lots of good signs, all these signs then people see, and all the time they stay together. You know, they will see the teachers and how they have a good qualities, how they, you know. So that's why Tibetans very, very believe in Buddhism. So we really need to know that, you know, everything depends on our mind. That's the most important. Not outside, not, you know, I mean, people really think that if you have a good business, people say that many times, if I have a lot of money, I will be very happy. But I don't think that true. I mean, very important. Money, without money, we cannot do anything. That's true. I believe that. But not only that, because I know rich people in China like that, you know, lots of money, but they are very unhappy. What's wrong? If the money only, the happiness causes happiness, then why not? These people are, why not? Why they're unhappy all the time? Something wrong all the time, you know. They're very unhappy. That's why the mind, inner, they have no control. Money cannot control your mind. So if you have lots of money and your spiritual practice, then wonderful. Then you are very possible everything. You can do everything. Be very, very good. So again, I would like to tell you about a very simple practice that you can do. It is practice of mindfulness. It is practice of mindful, actually breathing. So if you know that you are, like, you know, when we focus on your breath, if you know that you are breathing in, and if you know that you are breathing out, and if you do that with sort of little bit concentration, then you will be able to be present, and you will know who you are, because our body and our mind have to be sort of together. That's most important. All the time, our body and mind be together. But usually, you know, our body is here, right, in this room, but our mind is somewhere else. Usually they're not together all the time. Our mind is not really here with our body. We usually don't experience the present moment at all. If you do experience the present moment, you enjoy peace, everything there. But we can't experience that because of our mind and body not together. I'm here, but I'm thinking in somewhere, like, you know, in Tibet. My mind there. My mind is not in this body. So, if my mind is not here, then I cannot experience the present moment. But eventually you will see that your mind stays where you put it if you practice enough. Right? As your mind grows more and more peace and calm, you experience more of what happened in each moment. You will experience. So this allows you to be fully present in your life. So the moment you begin to practice mindful breathing, your body and your mind begin to come together. With mindful breathing, you bring your body and mind together in the present moment. That's the most important. So everyone of us, you know, can do this, right? Be present moment with your body and mind. That's why in Tibetan masters say, make sure your mind is in your body. What that means? If I say that, what do you understand? Make sure your mind is in your body. What that means? That means bring your thoughts, right? Bring your mind back in your body. So we all can do this kind of practice. It looks very simple. It looks very simple, but it's very profound practice. Believe me, profound practice, and especially for the beginner who have not any experience about meditation. It's extremely helpful. So, to begin, you sort of simply sit in meditation posture and watch your breath. Actually, that's all. There is not much else to do, you know. It's very, very easy, don't you think? You know, I thought, you know, when I was young, meditation is so difficult. But if you really think about like this kind of simple meditation and very profound meditation, not that difficult. Meditation is not difficult. The difficult is we have not enough diligence. That's the problem.
Not enough what?
And diligence, you know, lazy. We are very lazy, you know, all the time, like, you know. I mean, most time we're busy with our business. And then when we have time, laziness, right? The come. So the diligence, that's very important. Otherwise, meditation is not difficult. It's very easy to understand, easy to do it. The problem is our not enough diligence. So, so the way you do this is to look at your mind. Look at your mind by focusing on the breath. So in this meditation, we bring our mind and eyes into focus by looking at our breathing. Do you understand? There is something, you know, there is a, like, when I say that bring your mind and eyes into focus on your breathing. That's very important, because your eyes also, like, you know, look at someone else. That's also difficult to focus on your breath. So both your eyes and your mind focus on your breathing. Focusing on the you know, the coming and going to the breath at the tip of your nose, like, you know. You just look at there with your mind and focus, you know, on the breath coming and going tip of your nose. Okay? If you want, also you can count. You can count one, or you can count like one, you know, breathe in and out one, and then breathe in and out two, like that. Or you can count like breathe in one, breathe out two, like that. If you want, you can count and focus on breath. If you don't want to count, that's fine. Just focus on your breath. Tip of your nose coming and going like that. So in this way, when you are focused on your breath, your concentration is directed towards looking at your breathing. Your breathing also should be also very gentle. That's very important. Very gentle and very soft, okay? And after you kind of get tired of focusing on your breath and eyes, then just rest for a while until your thoughts arise again. Then you can go back to focus your mind and eyes on your breath and alternate this, during the meditation, okay? So when you're tired, just relax. Enjoy that space, as long as you can. And when your thoughts arise, you can do again. So that's very important. Alternately, focus on your breath and then rest, relax, and then focus on your breath, like that. That's very important. And also, when your thoughts arises, to look at the thoughts and to recognize your thoughts, and then let them naturally dissolve into your mind. Okay? First, you need to understand, you need to recognize your thoughts, and then let them dissolve into your nature mind. Then relax that space. There is no hurry. When you have found the right spot, you will sort of automatically experience inner peace with sort of gentle concentration. Be aware of this inner peace and continue your meditation. Do you understand? There are two things. One thing is you just don't follow your thoughts and focus on your breath and come and go in tip of your nose at this time, okay? And one thing is you just, when thoughts arise, you just recognize and dissolve into your mind. Understand? Dissolve into your mind and then relax that space. Understand? Do you understand? If I say, your thoughts come in, dissolve into your nature mind, and then relax that space. That's the second one. Understand? If you don't know this, then you can also do the first one. Just focus on your breath. With this combination, right? Combination, your breath and your mind and eyes. Let's try this. 5 minutes. 1 second, just to relax, okay? You don't need to think anything. Just relax and and then this is a little bit different than the first one, right? This meditation, a little bit different. They are same, you focus on your breath, but a little bit different than the other one, the first section. So this time, you just relax and then breathe in, and also focus on your breath coming and going tip of your nose, and you need to really concentrate your mind and eyes with this breath. Okay? One is that. And then when your thoughts arise, recognize them. And then let them dissolve into your mind. Like a wave in ocean. So waves like arises from the ocean, but they also dissolve into the ocean. There is nothing different between wave and ocean. Like that. Our thoughts is like a wave. Our mind is like ocean. So your thoughts is dissolve into mind. It's exactly wave dissolve into ocean. Then ocean be very peace and calm, like that. Okay? 5 minutes. Very nice. Wow. The time goes fast, very fast. So how was it? Good? Any question?
I have a question. During the break, one of the other students asked me that when she closes her eyes, she sees colors while she's meditating. And sometimes when I open my eyes, I also see colors. Can you talk about that at all? Is there anything that we should be concerned about?
Well, that's, I think too much. I think too much focus on your eyes. Yeah, just sometimes you too much close. How you say?
Too tight.
Yeah, too tight or squeeze. Yeah, then you will see these kind of things. Sometimes too much pay attention to the eyes, then you will experience. So just release them. Just relax. Don't pay attention too much with your eyes. Then I think we'll find. But actually, no problem, right? When you see the colors, that will be nice. So just maybe you will see a rainbow color. Good sign. That's very good sign. But if you don't want to see the colors, then don't pay attention too much on your eyes. And then find more focus on your mind. Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about sound?
Sound?
Yeah. So when I meditate or when I'm trying to meditate, I hear, I just become aware of either sounds outside of me, but mostly inside. I hear the rhythm of my heartbeat. I get caught in that. Blood coursing through my ears, or even just the sound of my breath. Can you use that as a basis of a meditation?
Exactly. You can use that. And this is, we call comorbident meditation. Do you know shamatha, right? Well, I will explain later. So this is, we call tranquility, or calm abiding meditation. So many methods. We have so many. 5 senses. You can also practice with 5 senses. You can practice exactly that you say. Like you can practice with your sound, and just focus the sound, or what you are hearing. Or you can, if you don't want, just don't pay attention too much. Just let them go. Exactly how you let go your thoughts, right? That's the, like, in here it's kind of very easily to practice because very peace, But in Minneapolis, when I meditate, hear so many sounds, It's kind of difficult, the few minutes. When I meditate, like few minutes, kind of difficult to concentrate. But then after like few minutes, then I really get very deep meditation, and then I can't hear actually them. When I get very deep meditation, and just like so I use this, and then when I hear when I'm done. But otherwise, just like very relaxed, I can hear. But first time, very difficult. We're very, how you say it, like if you are very beginner to meditate, we are very sensitive, We see something, we hear immediately, and our mind follow that, that's how we are, beginners, right? So if you do this more and more practice, sounds and forms, all this cannot disturb you. But the first time, very difficult. I agree with you. Lots of inner sound, outer sound, so many. But if you want practice on them, just focus on and follow them. Otherwise you just let them go. Understand?
Just be aware. And
just don't pay attention too much. Then just let them go, and instead focus on your breath. And also, this is just very common, very common practice on the breath. That's why we use this. Otherwise, if you don't want this, you can choose any object. You know, whatever you want, you can choose. You know, like piece of paper, piece of wood, a light. You know, a statue of something, or you know, whatever you want, you can focus on. It doesn't. It's not necessary. Not necessarily focus on only breath. But most people really like this, you know, focus on your breath, because this is kind of very nature and all the time with you. But if you don't want, you can choose other things, you know. You can choose, like, you can focus on the water, you can focus on the fire, you can focus on the wind, or your 5 senses, whatever works for you. Any question? Hey, what is the lunch time is? So, also you can practice kind of when we called analytical meditation. You should think that your thoughts arises when you are meditating. For example, what do you really think? You know, and what do you really feel? What do you really see? And where they come from, you know, this we call analytical meditation. Where they come from, and where they go. Actually, where they come from, you can think about, and sort of catch your thoughts and release them. You know. So this is we called analytical meditation with your 5 senses. So you see things through your eye, you hear things through your ear. So focus on them, where they come from, where they go, what happened. You know, they're momently changing, right? Momently changing. There's nothing permanent. Momently changing. But they come somewhere, they come from somewhere they go. So, and then just you know, analyze and then meditate on and then release them and let them go and then relax. Okay? Should we try one more this, or we should take a break now? Try one more? Good.
Ready for longer yet?
Well, I always be careful with time in America, you know. In Tibet, no problem. Late, early, no problem. We can, very flexible. But in here, I think people are really on time, and I think that's really, really important. So,
more relaxed in Greeley, Minnesota than Minneapolis.
Okay. So this time, again, okay, yeah, these 2 sections will more practice on shamatha, focus on our breath. And then maybe after section, maybe we'll change something, okay? So, if you want a focus on your breath, you can. If you want analytical meditation, you can. So you understand how to practice analytical meditation?
No. Yeah.
So just
I have a question on that. Then, is there anything about analytical meditation where you might be asking for discernment, or, you know, asking for something to be an answer to a question if you're doing analytical?
Not necessarily. No. Just analytical meditation means actually you are investigate your thoughts. For instance, where they come from, where they go. And this time you are just thinking. Now I will let you think. If I say don't follow, don't think, we cannot stop, right? Our thoughts arise in all the time. Now I will let you think. Maybe you cannot think. Our mind is kind of strange. We'll say, okay, our mind, let you go, think. It doesn't want, just what? What should I think? And then just stop there. And then we'll say, don't think, don't follow your thoughts. And so that's why we need to sort of, both ways, like analytical and then relax. I'm sure when you investigate your thoughts, you cannot find where they come from, where they go, you cannot find. And then just relax there. Right? And then do that analytical meditation, okay? So they just focus on something, object, and then just relax. They do that. That's also good, Just focus on your breath and then relax. That's how we really looking for our peace, right? Our peacefulness. How we looking for that. Then once you get more and more peace, you will find more and more happiness and pleasure, everything. That's why peacefulness is very important first time. This is the foundation of our meditation. Let's go. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes. I'm in total. Can you do that like every day? 5 minutes? At least. 5 minutes meditate.
It's easy when everything is peaceful in this one peaceful room, but now sometimes life has emotions that catch ourselves. So is there anything that you can say that would be helpful to not allow those strong emotions to keep us from being centered? Right.
I mean, you mean like when you meditate or just in general?
Well, it would be really nice to be able to meditate when I was feeling strong emotions that weren't harmonious. That'd be a good way to not be caught up in that.
Right.
But that's when it's hardest to stay.
Well, I think that's sometimes just come and go, right? Sometimes. So that's why I think group meditation is so powerful, so strong. Lots of energies, Good people have good energy. So that's why a group meditation is very important. This is better than, practice yourself. But you're right, the emotions disturbing us. So that's why we are meditating. Sometimes really difficult to sort of diminish, the negative emotions. And then people kind of, lose their confidence, Oh, I cannot do this. But most important is when your emotions come up and then kind of disturbing you, don't think, okay, this time my emotions disturbing me, but next time I try control. So you do that, like more and more, and then eventually you will win. But if you think, emotions, I can't do this, and then you just stop to practice meditation, then you cannot do anything. You can, then your emotions are more stronger than you. But if you just once, twice, no problem, you should let them win. But eventually, you will win, So most important is do not lose your confidence to practice meditation. Yeah. So of course, people say that, once, twice, that more emotions, more and more, stronger and stronger, then they lose their confidence. I cannot do meditate because of this. But that's actually a very good sign. Usually we are not noticed, how these emotions come up in our mind. But once you meditate, you will see them. Because you are developing your mind. And then you will see how these emotions usually bother you. So that's you are noticed. Before you did not, right? You did not know. But now you are noticed that because you are meditating. So good sign. Very good sign.